Hello, today's Bible study comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 10 through 14, and it reads as follows. When Timothy comes, see to it that he has nothing to fear while he is with you. For here he is carrying on the work of the Lord just as I am. No one then should treat him with contempt. Send him on his way in peace so that he may return to me. I am expecting him along with the brothers. Now, about our brother Apollos, I strongly urged him to go to you with the brothers. He was quite unwilling to go now, but he will go when he has the opportunity. Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong, and do everything in love. Woo! So, Paul is continuing about his personal um, message, and he starts off with his request and he says, hey, I got somebody else coming. It's going to be Timothy. And when he gets there, see that if Timothy comes, see that he may be with you without fear. See, Paul did have some troubles with the Corinthians. And remember, if you remember back in the middle of the book, middle of the letter, he was having problem with them respecting his authority as even an apostle, and he had to tell him he is an apostle. He had to tell him, hey, I don't even want to mess up your belief. I'll work for what I need to, even though I know I can have the same things that other apostles would have. Paul said, I'll work so I won't mess up your belief. So he was saying, don't disrespect his authority as an apostle and as a minister of the gospel. See, and Timothy was going to minister. Paul was an apostle and a minister of the gospel, and they disrespected him. So if they didn't respect Paul, Paul was just making sure that, hey, what you did to me, don't do to this young man that is doing the work of God. His name is Timothy. So respect him when he comes, and let no one despise him. And you can see these later on in the book of Timothy, where Timothy had some problems with them, and it messed up his confidence, and they didn't have a lack of respect for him. And Paul is saying, hey, don't be that, what's the word, ignorant, disrespectful, or try to take advantage of this situation with Timothy. And then he makes sure that they know that Timothy shouldn't give them any reason to despise him also. Then he may come to me. And he's saying, hey, wherever he may be, he's coming to see me. And with him on that voyage to come see me, he may stop in Corinth. He may come see you. But I don't want you to do anything to him. So he goes on and says, now concerning our brother Apollos, because there was another one. And he says, I strongly urged him to come to you with the brethren, but he was quite unwilling to come at this time. However, he will come when he has a convenient time. And Paul tells him, hey, I strongly urged him, but he was quite unwilling. He really didn't want to go. So he will come when he has a convenient time, when it's good for him. And Paul was a team player. He wasn't like a general in orders like that. Paul played team. If you ever read on Paul, there was always somebody traveling with him. There was always somebody with him that got to learn things and grow in their faith with the Lord. And Paul was that type of person. So he didn't have authority over Apollos, or I should say he didn't take advantage of having authority over Apollo. And he is mentioned with the apostles. Apollos was, but it also tells you how they talked to one another back then. Paul could have been blah 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 boom 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 boom. This is that, but no, it was not that. It was not any type of hierarchy. It wasn't this one's higher than that one, or they didn't do that. And with that being said, Paul didn't do that to Apollos, and that's why he says, "Now concerning our brother Apollos, I urged him. I did. I told him he should go, but he was quite unwilling at the time. So he will come, but it'll be when he's ready to come." So Paul tells them that, and this is really good on Paul's part because he didn't say anything badly about Apollos. He just told him he will get there. So there's still an opportunity for him to come to you. So then he goes in 13 and 14. Watch, stand fast in faith, be brave, be strong. If you look at these, stand fast in faith, watch, be brave, be strong. They pretty much say the same thing, but in a different manner. Um, he says, watch, um, look out, you paying attention to. And he tells them to stand fast. And if you look throughout the Bible, you can see where Jesus had told us to watch. You can see where he told us to stand fast. You can see where he told us to be brave. You can see where he told us to be strong. And all of these are instructions for standing strong. And then he says, and let all that you do, not some of it, not a piece of it, all that you do be done in love. So all this, and you go back up to it, and you can say all the watching, all the stand fasting, all the being brave, all the being strong, it has to all be done in love. So, like he had told him before, if love is in it, is not in it, it's in vain. He's even telling them this. If you don't do this with love, then it means nothing. And this love is supposed to be like Jesus would love, humbleness. So he tells them that, and he wants them to know that there are people that they should be seeing, and to treat him good, like they would treat him without the conflict that they gave Paul sometimes. Amen.